Okay, welcome everybody to the August 2022 delayed but not forgotten Ask Your Guides live event. Delighted to have you here. Looking forward to your questions. Today's background is in honor of Ukraine a little bit, and summer a little bit, and just all of those things that maybe we're feeling and all mushed together. So it seemed like something happy and upbeat would be a good thing to represent our gathering today. So let's just take a moment and call in all of our guides, and let's get this thing started right. So a couple of deep breaths. Let that warmth, that light, that love wash over you, fill you to overflowing, so that you're ready to receive whatever delights your team had to share with you today. And to all that is, that's holy, that's beautiful, that is love, that is peace, that is freedom, we call upon you to stand with us in solidarity with our friends in Ukraine who are struggling and dying right now. Lift them up, help them to come through this challenge. Let them feel our appreciation for the sacrifice they're making on our behalf. It is appreciated. And we just ask that you could bring this conflict to a conclusion sooner than later, so that we could all move forward together in peace and love, allowing the light, the love, the strength, the clarity, the wisdom of divine and our angels to fill us all, to help us move forward on our highest and best path, because we are ready for that right now. As we move into the autumn months here in the northern hemisphere, and the people down under move into their spring, we're shifting, we're all shifting. And we could use a little bit of help during this shift because things have felt a little rough. So with much love and appreciation, thank you to all of you for being here, for bringing your teams to Metatron and all of his team. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we shall begin. So Sydney, what is your question?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me? I'm on a headset. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Great. Thank you. My questions are: one, is it in my highest and best good to continue to build my massage practice, especially in Ramsey, New Jersey, and lymph drainage?
So for Sydney, is it in her highest and best good to continue building a massage practice in New Jersey where she's located? I'm getting it's kind of an okay, but it's not the optimal, Sydney. It's
Okay.
kind of like it's marking time, if that makes sense. It's
Yeah.
not a long-term good solution, but it's okay for the short term.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And so is it my collage work and the channeled collage, teaching, readings? Is that the direction to go in?
So for Sydney, would it be a wise choice to move more towards the intuitive work with her collages, her readings? Is that an optimal choice for her? It's not the optimal choice right now. It has possibilities for the future.
Okay. So I feel like I'm in a pause. What guidance to have income, prosperity? Is it working for a corporation? Is there something what direction to go to? What to put my energy towards to receive income and joy and prosperity and all that?
Yeah, so for Sydney, what guidance can you give her on earning a living while she is moving into her highest and best optimal choice? I'm seeing the sun shining on you, Sydney. It's more lightness of being, less focusing on what's not there, more focusing on what is there that's good. do what you can in the moment. So certainly the massage can help you to bridge that gap as you're deciding. It feels like, Sydney, there's some missing piece to this puzzle that you haven't filled in yet. That's why these other pieces aren't coming together, because there's something missing. And that's only going to come with time, being open to that shift, whatever it is. So is it something artistic that's missing for Sydney? No, it's not artistic. Is it something on the intuitive side? Yeah, I'm seeing an opening, Sydney. There's an opening on the intuitive side that it's underway, but it's not far enough along yet. So it's you allowing it to unfold, you leaning into it, knowing that it does take a little time and trust, faith, but it is underway, it's developing. Does that make sense?
Yes, I don't currently have a daily meditation practice, etc. So I feel like that's what I need to do, and that sort of addresses what you said, to support the light and the growth of that information or the energy.
Yeah, leaning into it with joy,
Yeah.
without the trepidation, more joy in that area, that will help it to accelerate.
Great. Wonderful. Anything else for my guides?
Is there anything else you'd like to share with Sydney today? I'm seeing you as a little girl playing hopscotch. So it's that lightness of being, that sense of adventure, being open to new ideas, new thoughts, new experiences. More of that. That's what's needed.
Great. Thank you so much.
Oh, and they're saying also, don't do it all alone. Sydney, bring in playmates. It'll
Yeah,
expand
that's
faster with playmates.
okay. That's my hard part. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sarah, good morning. What's your question?
Good morning. Great to see you again.
Likewise.
My question, I'd like to check in with the dogs again, please, and see how they're doing. Are they still happy
There
to
were
be here with me? And because they the one dog has severe arthritis and the other one's losing the functionality of her back legs. So months by months we're carrying on, but I just wondered if they're still happy to be here and they're happy with the way that they're being treated.
okay. So for the puppies, how are the puppies doing? Sarah's puppies. Are they still happy to be alive and on the planet? Yeah, they're not ready to leave yet. They want you to know that. Yeah, there's discomfort, but they're saying, Mom, that's just part of the journey. That's part of the body slowing down, breaking down. Happens to everybody if they live long enough. So don't worry about it so much. Just know that you giving them the love and the care, that means everything to them. And they're saying they will let you know when things change. Don't second guess and doubt yourself. You're doing fine. It's so appreciated. And they're giving you love and kisses back. They want you to know how much they appreciate you.
That's great. It's because I'm going back to my second job next month, so I know that I'll have a lot of them. So it's already quite hard to read them because of the emotional attachment, and then obviously there's time for everybody, isn't it? And so otherwise, do my guides have any guidance for me, please?
Okay, so anything you'd like to share with Sarah today? Yeah, they're saying look up to the sky, to the stars. Revel in the richness, the beauty, the energy that's there, because there's more than the eye can see. There's more to be discovered. There's more to be experienced. And if you have felt a call to reach out to your connections in the stars, do that. They are trying to reach out to you. So I don't know, does that make sense?
No, not really, but
Okay.
okay. I feel like looking at the stars, and I'm always out there looking at the moon. So
Yeah, well, the stars are there even when the sun is out. They don't go away. It's just you don't see them. So as you're out there, even if it's sunshine, you're not seeing them with your eyes. You can feel them energetically. So there's a call for you, Sarah, to just be in that space, open yourself up, allow whomever that is that's wanting to communicate with you to do so. Because there's messages that are wanting to come through, and your angels will help you with that if you ask them to.
okay,
So let's ask
great, thank you.
these star people who are wanting to reach out to Sarah. Are they her star family? Is that from her tribe? Yeah, that's what it is. It's your tribe, and they're wanting to connect with you and reach out, because here we are in this shifting time of energy where more is opening up to you so that you don't feel so alone. They want to reach out and be supportive to you. Also, it's opening new doors, Sarah, new awareness that you didn't have before.
Oh, great,
So
fantastic.
it's a conversation, a dialogue that they want to start with you.
Okay. I had a feeling something was coming because I saw an eagle the other day, and he looked right at me before he flew off. And I was like, oh, okay, there's a message there. But then, of course, it was like, what's the message?
Yeah, a big one.
A big one, yeah. It was a big eagle actually too. So it was amazing.
That's awesome.
So stars. Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Maya, good morning. What's your question?
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
So I just wanted to ask what my angels want me to know in this moment.
Okay. So for Maya, what would you like to share today? Big hugs and love. That's the first thing, Maya. They're just wrapping you in their arms so that you don't have any doubts that they really are there all the time. They are supporting you. They want you to know that. They want you to feel it, trust it, know that it's always true. And they're whispering in your ear. So if you felt little tingles around your ear, that would be them communicating with you. They're saying, slow down a little bit. You're moving too fast. And that's why it's harder to hear them. So a little bit of purposeful time spent in contemplation, allowing them to connect with you, would be really wise right now. It would help you to feel better as well. So know that that's ongoing. That doesn't stop. They're just kind of tapping their feet in time with your rhythm, hoping that you will feel it to get into their rhythm so that you can have that dialogue. That's what's missing, more dialogue with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm like in this time when I'm feeling like ups and down with motivation, like so many things I want to do and to get new things in my life. And I'm like in ups and downs with it.
Yeah. So just one thing at a time, whatever feels best, focus on that. Allow it to expand in your life. Allow them to help you see the expansion, because sometimes there are opportunities there, but you're so distracted by the daily practicalities of life that you don't see the gems that are waiting for you amongst all the messages. That's where the slowing down is going to help you, so that you can take time and see the sparkles, to go for those sparkly gems that are waiting for you.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Nicole, good morning. What's your question?
Good morning. So many questions. So my question is about healing, in particular my toe, but more broadly, I feel called to develop healing abilities, like energetically, not you know, do this, do that, not techniques, not medicines, not, I mean, although I'm open to any of that, but just to more broadly, I'm not, am I making sense?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so I'm feeling like, that's something that to pursue. And so I'm just wondering about, in particular, how to heal my foot, but more broadly, any advice on this path to develop energetic healing? That's what I meant to say 30
Okay.
seconds ago.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I got it. So for Nicole, first of all, her toe, what can you help her with as far as progressing the healing on that toe? Because that needs to be 100%. They're saying less focus on the toe would be good. As much as possible, treat it as if it's already healed and normal.
Okay.
Try to move on it as if it's healed and normal. You don't want to have any compensation issues going on. And of course, the more you notice it, the more you notice it. So for you, that's going to be a struggle, of course, because you notice it when you feel it, it hurts. But the more that you can put that aside, you can lean into that, just the feeling of the angels wrapping their hands around it, healing it with love, buzzing it. It's kind of like the buzzing, tingling, healing. Allow more of that. And, you know, maybe you need to pause a few times a day just to allow that to go on, because it's important. It needs to be one of your priorities right now so that you can let it go.
Yes.
Because it's holding you back. So it has to be made a priority in attention and unattention, if that makes sense. I know that's a contradiction.
Everything is what you said makes perfect sense. And I thought of everything you said. So it's perfect.
Okay, great. And so for Nicole, then what can you help her with as far as healing work that she's feeling drawn to? I don't know if you do much with your hands beyond like massage, but something more with your hands. And do you do much with crystals?
No, very little with crystals. And the only thing I do with my hands really is Reiki, but not a ton.
Yeah, it's a focus of energy on your hands, and I think the crystals can help you to do that. So, and it's not that your hands are doing it, they're simply the vessel that the energy is coming through. And the reason hands, Nicole, is because so many people can relate to the hands. You know, when you're working on people, some of them have to get over their own lack of belief to receive fully. So if you're doing something with your hands, it's an outward sign of the inward work that's happening that will help them to believe and accept at a deeper level.
And me. So even in meditations lately, I can feel tingling in the hands, more sensation in the hands than I felt before. So that all makes perfect sense. Yeah.
So just, you know, be imaginative with it as if you're dancing with your hands. Whatever, just flow, whatever feels good to you. And I think we were talking, it was on Mike's video about when he's doing his pranic healing, it looks like he's conducting the energy. And I get something similar like that for you. So it's like you're conducting the energy, which has this beautiful kind of musical, but energetic flow to it that I think people will respond to really well. So mostly it's be playful with it. So it should feel good to you too. Like you're conducting this orchestra of grand magical energy. And it's almost like you're turning it loose to do what it needs to do. You're not even controlling it. You're just starting the process.
Awesome. Makes perfect sense. Love it. Thank you.
Anything else?
I have like 4 crystals. Actually, one of them, I'm not even sure it's a crystal. It might be a piece of glass. I don't know. Like on my table right now. Is that a good start? Maybe there's a different crystal that would be helpful.
Okay.
So I wonder about that from time to time, but I've never done anything about it.
Yeah. So if you're wondering, there's a reason, right?
Yeah.
So the crystal on Nicole's table, would that be a good place to start? Sure. Yeah, because you're already friends with it.
Yeah, there's a few there. Is the clear one, is that glass or is that a crystal? I don't even know.
The clear glass one that she has, is it a crystal? It's just glass, but you know what?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because
Yep.
it's got energy,
Yep.
consciousness. And the more you work with it, you
Yeah.
are imbuing and expanding it, right?
I told it before, just I'm not sure if you're a crystal, so you'll just do the job right now and we'll be happy together because we're here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a tool.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. It's
You're
fun.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Susan, good morning. What's your question?
Well, good morning, Deborah. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
Does my team have any messages for me?
Case for Susan. Do you have any messages this morning? Yeah, it's funny. I saw a big, beautiful sunflower, and then I saw the shadow come over the sunflower. So that's interesting. What's that about? Are you talking about shadows in Susan's life? Is that something she needs to know about? Yeah, there's some kind of a shadow hanging there, Susan.
Okay.
Do you feel that? Are you aware of it?
Yeah, but it's been my whole life. It's nothing new.
Is this the shadow you're showing me now? Is it something new or is it the same old, same old? No, it's something new, Susan.
Oh,
Shadow. Is it to teach something? Is there something she should learn from this shadow? Oh, it's polarity because, you know, you have lightness and you have darkness. You don't have all of one. We need
Right.
the contrast. We need to go back and forth. So they're
Right.
saying, don't be afraid of the shadow when it comes. It's
Okay.
just offering relief from the blistering light. So you do need that balance. Balance is the big word that's coming forward. So don't be afraid of it. Know
Okay.
that it's part of the process and just work with it. You know, that can be your downtime when you rest. And even if you're not physically sleeping, you can be in that quiet space, appreciating the shadow and what it represents, the rest. Because it almost feels like you're fighting against the shadow because in your head it was a bad thing and you wanted to push it away. And it's saying, no, you know, it's balance that's needed in your life. Does that make sense?
Yes. Can we ask if the shadow has anything to do with the summer heat?
With what?
Summer's heat waves.
Summer heat. Okay. So this shadow, does it have anything to do with the heat wave? Yeah, there's a connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What is it? So what do you want her to know about this, the heat wave? They're wanting you to know that even though there are days where it feels like you'll never survive another day of this heat wave, you really will. That's an illusion. You've
Okay.
got the tools that you need, and shadow is one of the tools. So allow that to be there. Make it your friend.
Okay. Okay. That makes so much
Allow
sense.
your body has the ability, Susan, to shift internally to cool itself.
Okay.
So it's tuning in more to your body. It has more to teach you.
Okay.
And it's hard to hear those lessons when you're so fatigued. So
Yes.
as much as possible, for you, it's this big mind shift
Mhm.
of feeling like if you're not physically sleeping, that you're not getting rest, and know that that's not true. You can actually slow your body down in the
Mhm.
shadow time. You can slow it down. You can sing to it. You can minister to it. You can allow it to heal, to be energized, to bring in divine love and light, to fill it, fill your
Okay.
tank.
Yeah.
Allow all of that to go on almost on autopilot, but in appreciation. So you're in this energy of appreciation for receiving that so that it can do some healing on you,
Okay.
which then can eventually fold over into real sleep.
Okay.
Because there's
And-
just this big conflict in your body that's going on.
Yes.
And there's more of relaxing, allowing, accepting, appreciating. Because your body has served you well, even though at times it doesn't feel that way.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Great.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Linda, oh, I'm glad you like the flowers and you like selenite. It's for the chakras, good for clearing and charging. Cool. Mike, you have a question. Go ahead.
Yes, I have a question. Just wanted to check in and see if there's any messages for me. It's been an interesting week, as you know. and I'll post that stuff that you gave me permission to post about the book
Okay.
in a couple minutes. But I just like
Great.
to check and see anything new.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. You guys, if you haven't seen the videos with Mike's pranic healing work on it that he did on me, and then the interview I did with him, those are the last 2 videos on my channel. You should see that and know that you can connect with Mike here in the chat and talk about getting your own healing work, because he actually is doing it for people. He just was a little shy about saying so. So for Mike, what message do you have for Mike today? They are just standing up, giving you an ovation. Bravo, bravo for coming out of your shell, for realizing that what you have to offer is so much bigger than what you had originally envisioned, Mike. Yeah, it's a little scary stepping out into the light and saying, here I am, world, I want to serve. But that's what your heart has been calling you to do for so long. And so it's time to flow with that. The obstacles that were previously in your way, you have diligently worked to clear. So you've now made the space to actually be able to do this, and it will feed your soul like nothing else. So this is you, Mike, taking care of yourself at a higher level, which means you can take care of others at a higher level. And it's going to feel so wonderful. Just allow that to flow, and know that if suddenly you're deluged with people wanting to have sessions with you, that's a good problem to have. And then you can call forward those helpers who are lined up wanting to stand with you and bless others in this sacred work that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thanks for everything and your technical expertise also.
Oh, no problem with that. So you guys make sure you connect with Mike in the chat there. Catherine, what's your question?
Hi, Deborah. Good to see you.
Hi, likewise.
Yeah. So my question is about the direction of my work. I feel like the therapy work that I've been doing for nearly 30 years now is sort of winding down. And I feel like there's a lot of potent shifting and changing going on. So I'm curious whether, my team has anything to say about how this is morphing and what it will begin to look like.
Okay, so for Catherine, what can you share with her about her work and how it's changing? They're saying that you are in the flow. It's really beautiful. They are so enjoying watching you. It's like you're just gliding. It's so beautiful. It's like you're gliding on ice, but it's so light, Catherine, that you're not even making a crease in the ice. So almost like floating on top of the ice. It's very smooth. Beautiful. Yeah. So you're on the right path. Keep doing that. How can anything be wrong when it feels wonderful?
That's beautiful. I mean, I could, as soon as you said that, my whole body just went, and of course my mind wants to know, well, so where's that taking me? What's that going to look like? And I guess it's just living in the question, right? Allowing myself to,
Because it's being developed with every
Mhm.
flow and every glide. And
Yeah.
here's the thing, because others are coming forward to meet you, and they're free choice individuals as well. So they might make different choices, which will change your trajectory. So it's not like they can ever tell you it's this, and this. It's changing all the time, and you wouldn't want it any other way, because that opens you up for the very highest and best.
Yeah, my
able to
intention
shift.
has been to live in this sourced energy and just let it, move me. And then of course my mind wants to know, is it going to be still with women? Is it still going to be around trauma? Is it going to be with the divine feminine? Is my intuition going to, continue to expand? All of those, feels like need to know things for me, but I guess I don't really need to know.
Do you want to ask any of those specific questions? I mean, you can ask.
Well, I'm not even sure how to frame the question. So there are so many aspects of my work. I've been working in trauma for almost 30 years. I've been working primarily with women for all of that time. I also feel very drawn to more specifically work around anchoring the divine feminine energy. And that message was given to me years ago through Yeshua and Magdalene. So as I move out of the therapy, I guess the question is, will one of those aspects sort of be more in the forefront? And if I'm not doing therapy, how will that begin to, how will I begin to bring that into the world in a different way?
Yeah, I'm seeing a bridge. So yeah, of course you're going to continue doing what you're doing now, because you have to do the responsible thing and continue earning a living. But
right,
the people that you're working with, you can set your intention that they're coming with slightly different needs that open the doors for you to walk that bridge, and they will walk it with you as it slowly morphs. Because when you started talking about the trauma, I immediately got that, oh, well, yeah, but because you've done it for 30 years doesn't mean you still have to keep doing it. It doesn't sound like it's bringing joy. And if it's not bringing you that joy that it used to, then it's time to morph for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like. My desire would be it could still be trauma, but working in a different way, not so much with people who are still heavily engaged in their trauma, but women in particular who maybe have some trauma, but are living pretty, aligned lives, and just want to do some cleaning up so that they can step more fully into really their highest expression of themselves in this lifetime.
Yeah. And the other piece that's hanging back there, Catherine, is that helping them with their trauma in a different way, because the old traditional ways worked, but they were slow. If you bring in your interest and passion for the divine feminine to your trauma work, I'm seeing that explode. I mean, massive fireworks. It's like you're going to help them faster. You're going to help them deeper. Maybe that becomes group work. I don't know, whatever feels good to you, but that's your bridge. That's expanding it. It's like my friend Donna says, when she works with her poker players and she wants to do mind shift work with them, she smuggles the spiritual in, because they're not going to necessarily be open to it. So she just brings little bits and pieces in there. And before they know it, they've expanded what they're doing. So as you feel led, don't hold back in talking about that side of yourself in your work, because you don't know who's going to be open to it.
Yeah, I'm pretty open about, all of the intuitive and the light language. As you can see, it came through just in that moment as you were tapping into my energy. The light language comes through. So I'm pretty clear that this is who I am. So if I could, is there anything that you're seeing that that I might still need to clear up, release, address in my own field?
For Catherine, is there anything energetically in herself that she needs to clear? They're saying, there's always stuff, Catherine, but don't worry about it. It's more leaning into the joy.
Yeah.
That's really the key to everything. It's the magic key that unlocks the door to everything you could ever want, need. And it's just so much peace, love, joy, expansion lives there. So bringing that joy, helping others to know that that's their key as well.
Yeah.
And right now, it's more important now than it's ever been before, because there is so much heaviness in the world. So for all of us, as we allow ourselves and focus on bringing in more of that joy energy, it's going to shift us faster.
Beautiful. Thank you. And thank the team and
You're welcome.
anybody else who might be involved.
Yeah.
Thanks, Deborah.
You're welcome. Natalia, you're on a trip to Africa. You're working with a meaningful world purpose info from the guides. That's beautiful, Natalia. You didn't say whether you had a question, though. So if you do, let me know. Linda, you have a question. Go ahead. Hi.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I see you and hear you.
Okay. I've had a rough couple weeks emotionally. My sister's been ill. And I was just wondering if my guides had any advice for me.
Okay. For Linda, what can you share with her today to help her with this heaviness on her heart? They want you to know everything is working out in divine timing as it should, and as it always does, Linda. So there's nothing that you need worry about. You do what you feel you need to do for yourself and your sister out of love. Just stay in the flow. When it's her time, it will be her time. Neither one of you are going to be changing that. Her soul has already chosen that time. So it's not something to even worry about. And it feels like that's a heavy worry that's been like Susan's shadow hanging around you. So you don't even want to entertain those dark thoughts, because that timing's already accounted for. Now it's just about living each day with joy, gratitude, appreciation, because there's so much more for you to squeeze out of your life together that you haven't yet had. So with each day, just moment by moment, live in that light, that joy, be in that state of gratitude. I don't know if you pray with your sister or, meditate with her, anything at all like that spiritually, but maybe that would feel comforting to the two of you to share that love and light together. Just, it's feeling like there's this big hole to be filled with gratitude, because you've had so much already and you're not done yet. There's more to come. So be in gratitude for that, rather than shifting into that energy of feeling the lack and feeling like impending deadlines that are, drawing down onto you. Is this making sense, Linda?
Yeah, a lot of sense. Yeah. We're not as close as I would like, because we don't discuss a lot of things. So, and I try not to go into that dark spot, but it comes up sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I think in that position, it's only natural that you would want to ask some questions of the other person. And, if they're willing to have that discussion, great. And if not, then you talk to your angels about it. They'll fill in that gap for you. But as much as possible, you can't change who she is. You can only work on yourself. So, love and appreciation for Linda, for who she is, for what she brings to the table, all that she has done. In the doing of that, Linda, your energy will shift. So she might shift a little bit as well to make you more comfortable.
Yeah.
But at
okay,
least you will know you've done everything you can do.
Okay. I'm
More
trying.
taking care of you is really important right now. Because you're just on the cusp of this big spiritual shift. So you don't want any of this other stuff to get in your way. That becomes a distraction.
Yeah. Yeah. Thought I was making progress in it.
You are. You're making great progress. This is just a temporary setback. So
Okay.
as quickly as possible, get back into that love, light, gratitude energy. That will help you tremendously. And,
Okay.
you know, lean on your friends in the group. That's what they're there for. Because everybody
Okay.
goes through those days where that shadow comes in and they feel oppressed and they need somebody to come and shine some light on them. So
Okay.
don't be shy about asking for that.
Yeah.
And so
Always
now,
my biggest problem is asking for help.
yeah, and your angels are saying, please ask for help. We're here. So they're shining this big spotlight of love and light on you right now to brighten you up and let you feel it.
All right. Thank you.
You're
Do they
welcome.
have anything else they want to share with me?
Anything else you want to share with Linda today? Yeah, I'm seeing you walking in the moonlight. I don't know if you do night walks or not, but walking in the moonlight, breathing in that beautiful, crispy night air.
Yeah, I always love the night,
Looking
stars
up
and the
at
moon.
the stars. Yeah,
I
just
haven't
feeding off that energy.
been able to do that for a while, so
Yeah,
get
so
outside in nature much. So I want to.
make that a priority. That would be really good for you because I
Yeah.
can feel that energy coming down to you from your angels, from the stars, probably from your star family as well. So it's an opportunity for you to soak up that extra energy, to be revived, which you need.
Yeah. Okay. All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Ari, good morning. Congratulations. Your first time. So happy to have you here. What is your
Yes, I'm excited. So I finally made it. For some reason, I always think it's 6 a.m. my time. I'm like, I'm not waking up that early. But it's actually 8 a.m.
Oh, that's
I'm
awesome.
here. Yeah. So the question that I have is I've been in kind of like this learning mode. I just finished a career counseling accreditation course. And then I'm also doing a life purpose course. One day I went to work and I looked up something on my phone because I get to work really early. And I looked up something on my phone. Next thing you know, like 15 minutes later, I had created a business. I created an LLC. And, I was like wondering did my spirit team kind of step in that moment and kind of kick my butt to do that? I am certainly not ready to be a business owner. But it's something that I want to do is kind of mix that career. I'm currently in HR recruitment, and I feel like I've kind of outgrown my role and everything. And I kind of want to gear towards like career and life purpose kind of counseling for people, as well as like retail and things like that. So is this something that my guides are kind of like pushing me to do? And this is like my future, and how is that going to go? And with my business, this new business that I'm just sped into. It actually did it like 2 days after the Lionsgate portal, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But yeah, so I'm just wondering about that. Is this where I'm supposed to be going? Because it just seems like it's just like at break speed at this point. I
Okay.
have a website, I have a logo. So
Well, it definitely feels like it was divine inspiration because it doesn't happen like that normally. So for Ari, what can you tell her about this inspired business idea? Is this something that would be an optimal choice for her to pursue? They're saying there was a desire there that was kind of buried, almost like you were afraid to dance with it. So they brought you this opportunity. They opened the doors, they laid the groundwork, but they're not telling you that you have to do anything. It's always up to you. So they paved the way. You get to decide what you do about that. Do you want to lean in? Do you want to dabble with it? Do you want to maybe do it in addition to what you're already doing? Or maybe you just want to let it sit there and simmer. It's totally up to you. There's no pressure. But they wanted to open your eyes to the possibilities that lay out there for you. And honestly and truly, there are so many people who would just be head over heels about something like this. So it's really a fabulous opportunity. It's just feeling a little overwhelming for you at the moment. So let it simmer, consider it, decide how you feel about it, and then take action. But they're saying there's no rush.
Hmm.
You don't have to do anything. Does
Yeah.
that feel better?
I mean, yeah, it's just that everything's just happening so fast, and it's like I have all these ideas, but I'm just really scattered at the moment. There's just so much, and then like work is like super busy right now, and yeah, I'm like, how did this happen? It just kind of happened so quickly, but it's like it's exciting in the same aspect. But yeah, because I have been looking for like another job and everything, but nothing seems to be happening in that arena, and I just don't know if I just need to branch out and do something else and do this as a side. So that's what I'm trying to kind of figure out.
Yeah. So would it be an optimal choice for Ari if she just jumped into this new opportunity feed first? It could be. Could be. There's the fear is holding you back.
Hmm.
And so for most people, what they do is they do something as a side hustle while they're deciding how they're going to lay all the pieces out. But, they've given you this amazing opportunity, and it's, what do you want to do about it?
Hmm.
Something inside of you was wanting more because you had to have manifested this along with your angels, right?
Yeah.
It had to be
Yeah, I
something that
believe
was
that.
percolating inside of you. So they just kind of accelerated it for you at this moment in time. You could just, totally walk away from it, or you could decide to pick it up and give it a try, see how it
Hmm.
feels. It might be really wonderful, but at the very least, make sure you're writing down the inspired ideas so that you're preserving them for the day,
Hmm.
should you choose to pursue it. But this is really a great problem to have.
Yeah. I have actually one more question. I'm going on a trip to Peru and Bolivia, last minute change of plans, and I'm still booking accommodations and everything. How is that trip? What do my team have to say about how that trip is going to go?
Okay, so for Ari, the trip to Peru and Bolivia, is it highly optimal for her to do this now? Yeah, it's a good choice. So is it likely that it's going to turn out to be everything she dreams it will be? A wonderful trip, an opportunity. Yeah, I'm seeing all green lights except one yellow light. There's some little caution in there, which is really interesting. So what's the yellow light about? Oh, it's just about, yeah, go in, have a really great time, but do keep your eyes open, watching for that one yellow light that might cause you to stumble. If you're paying attention to it or looking for it, you'll see it in time to avoid it. But there's just one little cautionary that's there.
Is that like health related, or like just things going wrong, or?
Okay, so the cautionary thing, is it health related? No, it's not health. So is it more like running into somebody, like meeting somebody? Yeah, it involves another person. Okay, so somebody who would be trying to take advantage of you. Just have your eyes open for that. Watch for that. Don't get taken in.
Okay.
Let your angels guide you around it.
All right. You might have does my team have any other advice for me?
Okay, anything else you want to share with Ari? They're saying just have a really good time. Don't worry, just be in the flow.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be with you. Everything will be fine. Mostly
Okay.
it's just leaning into the joy, just soaking up every last drop of joy. And then, of course, being in a state of gratitude and appreciation for yourself, for what you've created, and for your team.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you'll
All
get the
right.
most out of it.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hi, Doreen. Welcome. So if you have a question, just type question in chat.
Hi, Deborah. I see in the chat that there's a Deb from Minnesota that is in a time crunch, so I'm happy to let her go before me. Is she still
Okay.
here?
Debbie, you still here? Yes,
Yeah,
there
I'm
you are.
here. I'm
Hi.
here. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you so much.
Can't hear you. It says you're not muted, but is
okay,
that?
I'm here now. I'm
Yay,
here now.
there you are.
Yeah, okay, I had to go stand outside and I was in the barn listening away. Okay, you can still hear me?
Yes, I hear you now.
Okay, honey. Thank you, by the way, for, I don't remember who said that I should go, but thank you. I started school. I might cry. I always do. I started back to school this week and all my dreams are coming true. I got a raise from what they told me when they hired me. The insurance is affordable. I got my old classroom back. I have EBD kids, which I wasn't so sure about, but I have a great para. So I think, anyway, what I'm saying is everything, the people have been empathetic and understanding. So I'm really grateful that my guide sent me back to my school. Then our moms have continued. Dan's mom is stable right now. My mom had a stroke this week, a pretty massive stroke. So I'm heading down there shortly. I've been down there every day. They have a PCA with her and she has a feeding tube and the pain in her hip and back. I guess my biggest question is, what are my guides telling me that I need to make sure I do for her? She wants to fight to live and to be strong again. And so we're fighting with her and for her. So if there's anything that I need to know, I guess that's my number one question.
Okay. So for Debbie, what can you share with her about her mom? What would be the highest and best outcome for all? What can she do? Taking care of yourself first, Debbie, because this has really been rough on you. You've got to take care of you because now you've got that new classroom and all those wonderful children. That's a responsibility. Your mom is in good hands. It's more of you relaxing and allowing the professionals to do what they do. Don't take on that guilt that you can or you should do something more than you're doing. You are doing it. You've gone above and beyond. She knows that somewhere deep inside. So you do what you can do without endangering your own well-being.
Yeah.
Can you do that? Because
I've been trying.
Dan deserves that too, right?
Yeah.
You guys are a team in this, so the both of you must take care of one another because you're carrying a heavy load. It's like you're two workhorses, strapped up to this humongous load. Remember Ginger and Black Beauty? Remember Ginger and Black Beauty pulling that load until they collapsed? Don't do that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Dan's back is really sore right now, so I need to be here to help him do chores this afternoon. Relationships with my brother and sister-in-law have been hot and cold. They've been cold for a long time, and lately they've been hot and cold. And I good and bad maybe is a better way to put that. It's been an interesting journey. So it's been really hard because I'm very different from my brother. And we're trying to mend our ways for our past, but it's been hard. Maybe that's another question. maybe if I know what the guides have in mind would help. Sorry, I keep crying.
It's okay. In regards to your brother, you mean?
Yeah, yeah. Is that something that I should look forward to, or should I just not worry about it?
Okay, so would it be,
Look forward to mending it, mending the relationship.
would it be an optimal choice for Debbie to work on mending the relationship with her brother? Yes, as long as it feels good, but remember, it takes both of you. So he's
Okay.
got to meet you halfway. You can't do it all.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're just picking up the energy from your mom and perpetuating that with your brother.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
So lots of self-care right now because you are in a challenging time. But
Yeah, it's been a
you
long
will
summer.
come through. You are strong. You are smart. You've got what you need, but you got to remember Debbie.
Okay. Yeah. And a lot of people have been telling me that. And it's really hard because it's just been hard to be able to do that. I'm trying. And Dan has picked up way more than he needed to. So he's pulling more weight here at home than he should. So my plan today is to head down and then be home to help do horse chores this afternoon. Okay. You sound better.
Thank
Hugs
you.
to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Sending
Thank you
lots of
very
love
much.
and light. You take care of you.
Okay, I will.
Thank you for that, Doreen.
Oh, I'm so happy to do that for her. This is my first time with you, Deborah, so I've really enjoyed the chat so far. And in the email that I received, you had indicated that even if you don't have a question, you might get something from the questions that others are asking. And I can tell you I have from each and every person.
Oh, that's
So,
wonderful.
for that.
Yeah.
But one of the questions that I do have is that I've been feeling a lot of strong energy in my hands for quite some time now. And I was just wondering if that's part of my awakening, if it's gifts that are kind of coming to me. And the second part of that, if they are, what am I meant to use them for? I've had a message early on this year that I am to heal myself first so I can help heal others. And so I just kind of wonder if all of this is kind of in preparation for that. So
There's a lot of shifting energy right now. So for Doreen, the tingling in her hands, is that an indicator of a healing gift that is unfolding? It is. It's part of the awakening. And it will be ongoing for a while. It's not one of those one and done quick things. It's an ongoing process because your DNA is being recalibrated to allow you to move up into this higher vibrational frequency. So where it's going isn't even set yet, Doreen. It's up to you and where you take it. It will unfold, but it's always about you choosing those things that feel best to you, that feed your soul. So even if you have a healing gift, it doesn't mean you have to go around healing people. You can use your gift in whatever way feels best to you. And that's important for healers to know because so often they feel victimized by their gift that, oh, I must do this, I should do that, I have to do that. And it's just not what Creator wanted for you. You have this beautiful gift. You decide in what ways it will be manifest in the world to first please you and then to help others. It's always that way.
that's beautiful.
So anything else you want to share with Doreen about this gift? There's vision coming with this, Doreen. I'm seeing your third eye opening up. I don't know if you're already getting visuals, but
Yeah, I get them late night before I go to sleep. And when I wake up in the morning, they're coming in pretty strong and sporadic.
yeah, and it's expanding along with the tingles. So part of that recalibration of your DNA, it's all expanding. So just enjoy the ride.
Yeah, it's been
exciting.
I'm finally starting to become a little bit more comfortable with it. I had a lot of fear around it when it first started happening because I didn't understand. you know, everything that's coming through. And I still don't really understand it, if I'm totally honest. I'm
Yeah.
just kind of leaning in and trusting more with it.
Well,
And
that's normal. You know, something new like that you're not used to, it can be a little unnerving. So anytime you're connected, you can do a little opening prayer for your Akashic records so that you are connected through the records, you're protected, and you can trust the information is all from love and light.
oh, that's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. So if you don't already have that prayer, just send me an email. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's part of the books that I've written. It's attached to both the books. But if you don't have those, you might not have it yet. But yeah, I always tell people, because sometimes when you start connecting out of nowhere, you don't know where it's coming from. How can you
Right.
trust it? But if you connect through your records, then you can always trust it.
Okay. Yeah, because I always do, you know, before I go to sleep, I always ask for Archangel Michael to come in and protect me through the evening, because I never know what, you know, is going to happen,
Yeah.
so to speak. So I always feel trust. And he has actually come through a few times for me during my visionary situations. So I have a lot of comfort in knowing that he is there.
That's
But the other
beautiful.
question that I had was regarding crystals. I know someone else had mentioned that. And I was just wondering if there are any crystals they recommend that I work with as well.
Okay. So for Doreen, are there any specific crystals it would be optimal for her to work with? I see rose quartz right away. And it's got this really warm feeling when you touch it with your hand. So it's like you touch it and the love imbues your body. It's really an interesting visual.
Oh, beautiful.
So that one right away, but pretty much anything that feels good to you is going to be fine. It's just that particular one is really jumping out.
Yeah, I've been kind of down lately, so I kind of understand the something that someone said recently. I feel like part of this whole journey too is kind of purging a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I go through different phases with that. And so I've had a few days of kind of roughness. And someone had said that, sometimes it's just, things that need your love is kind of the message that came through. And I think that's what's been happening to me recently, is that I just need to kind of bring more love to certain situations.
Well, to you
for
first.
healing. Right. And that's kind of what I've been dealing with, is kind of self-love. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense
Yes.
to me.
Your creator says to you and to every single one of us, my darling, beautiful child, you are magnificent, resplendent, brilliant, and perfect right now. Tomorrow you'll be even more so. So when you know that your creator says that to and about you, how can you not love your amazing self?
Right.
So just lean on that when you feel down and know.
Yeah.
Plus your angels who are coming to hold you, lift you up anytime you need it.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. So Jenny, you popped in to say hi. It's your granddaughter's first birthday. So I don't know. Are you still here, Jenny? Did you have to leave? Yeah, it looks like she had to leave. Okay, so happy birthday to Eliza. I know she's the light of your life. Amanda, you got your first pendulum, but you're having trouble using it. Do your guides have any advice? The thing about pendulums, Amanda, is it just takes a lot of faith and trust, practice, lots and lots of practice. I recommend you practice with other people. You ask questions about things that you can get the answer to find out if you were right. So things that might happen within a short period of time so that you can test on that. But also getting friends to dowse with you. That'll help a lot, because you need to develop your own confidence in your ability. So if it's something that you are emotionally invested in, you're probably going to get the wrong answer, because your emotions get in there and they will skew your results. For all of us, unless, we were just some superstar of the pendulum, and I haven't met one of those yet, it always in the beginning took a lot of practice. You get a lot of stuff wrong when you first start. That's very normal. Just keep going. Don't let it discourage you. And like I say, practicing with other people, because then they can validate whether or not your results are correct. Like when I teach the course on gifts and we do the pendulum work, I always have them, trade back and forth with each other to make sure that they're getting the right answers, because some of these questions you're asking are pretty deep, and it's very important that you get them right. That carries a weight of responsibility, which can cause you to get the wrong answers. So whenever that emotion comes in there, that can skew your results. So as much as possible, don't even go near that kind of question until you've developed some kind of confidence with your pendulum. But just keep practicing. You might also want to try more than one pendulum to see if you feel more comfortable with another one. I can tell you after, using them for a really long time, it doesn't matter to me what they are. I just pick it up and use it. But that's years of practice and confidence that when I pick up a pendulum, it will perform the way I expect it to. So let me know if that helps. Felicity, hey.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, how are you?
Hi. I've got a number of questions here because my son Leo's been channeling lots of information for the last 2 weeks. His channel opened up after my session with you, and some of the information coming in is quite disturbing for us. And so I guess I'm looking for some guidance here to check if the information is coming through as accurate or not.
Okay.
So the number of people that were being told from my inner circle that are actually quite dangerous that we did not realize. So if I just run through some names, can you just give a confirmation? Is Simon a dangerous person?
Let's positively flip that. Rather than label people dangerous, I think it's a better energy to ask if it's somebody who is uplifting and positive to be in your life. Does that make sense? Because the more you focus on danger and fear and worry, the more you draw that to you.
Okay.
So is Simon someone who is positive and a good influence in Felicity's life? No. So it would be wise to eliminate Simon from her life? Yes.
Is how I say, is he a threat to us?
Does Simon represent a threat to Felicity's family? No, it's not like that. It's just not the right energetic match for the path that you're on right now. Some people will support your path and some people will tend to pull you away from it.
Matthew C.
Matthew C. Is Matthew C. a positive influence? Yeah, he's good.
John.
Is John a positive influence in Felicity's life? John is an in-between, could go either way. So I guess yellow caution lights on that one.
Liz.
Is Liz a positive influence in Felicity's life? Liz is good.
Do I need to be worried about John and Liz together?
John and Liz together, are they a positive influence? That one's kind of an in-between. So there's a little bit of a caution there, but it's not a bad.
Is it safe at the moment for my son to see his dad?
Is it safe for Felicity's son to see his father now? Yeah.
Is there a worldwide lockdown coming in September?
Is there a worldwide lockdown likely to happen in September? No, I'm not getting that. Is there something coming in September that might affect pockets of the world? Yeah, more likely it's pockets, but I'm not feeling anything really huge that we all need to get upset and run around like chickens with our heads cut off, if that makes sense. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, Felicity, a lot of shifting, but we don't want to be in that energy of waiting for the axe to fall, because then all we're doing is attracting it.
So one of the messages I got told through Leo was that there's going to be poison put in the water source during the lockdown. Is that something that
in your country?
He was speaking of around the world?
Okay.
We're in New Zealand, but
so the messages that Leo's getting about poison in the water, is that fantasy? It's something, it's not fantasy. Is it an actual realistic prediction? Is it something we need to be concerned about? There is something. Is it highly likely that water sources around the world will be poisoned in September? That I get a no on. But there is something.
October.
Something dark energy.
I think he was talking about the poison coming in October.
October?
So the lockdown starts and then the water supply gets poisoned later.
So is there a realistic concern about a water supply poisoning in October? I get a no on that.
Okay. So is he channeling, I guess I'm trying to understand if he's channeling correctly or not.
Well, there's going to be a lot of confusing stuff coming through in the beginning, and he's very young. So it's feeling like you need to slow it down a little bit and allow it to develop, because young and impressionable minds can pick up all kinds of things. Do you do a prayer or something of protection before you start?
He's just streaming all the time.
No, don't do that. Don't do that, Felicity, because he's so susceptible to all this negative stuff. It would be like watching cartoons and thinking that that was real life. Right? Because he doesn't have the discernment right now. A lot of adults wouldn't have the discernment right now if they suddenly had a channel open.
Right.
Yeah. So let me go back and read those emails, because I have not been able to do that yet.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I'll be in touch with you about that. That's probably a more productive way to handle it.
Yeah. Is there a message from my guides for right now?
Is there a message for Felicity right now? Yeah, calm down, Mama. Don't let this run away with you. It can feel like a runaway freight train, and it's going to make you nuts. It's not helpful to him. So just slow it down a little bit. Get back into focusing on the love and light. You want to keep your energy in the love and light. So those are the messages that you're attracting that are going to be helpful and not throw you into a state of fear and panic. It's a big load that you're managing right now, but you can do it. You would not have had this responsibility otherwise. But find your balance, your equilibrium. You're missing that right now.
Yeah.
You're teetering really wildly. So some deep breathing, some meditation, drawing back a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely more deep breathing. You've got to be in a state of calm. That's really important right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Katharina, hi, you've got a question. You still here? I don't see you. Okay, maybe you had to leave. I'm trying to find the ones I've missed. If I've missed any. Oh, good, Mike, I see. I'm finally getting down to your stuff. So if you guys didn't see it, Mike left his links for you in chat. So please grab those so that you'll have them. Natalia, you're saying trauma organization, meaningfulworld.com. You're 70 and you have opportunities opening up to the United Nations Fellow, help with spiritual process purpose at this stage of your life. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So my question is, I've been asked to go to Africa and also, and it's coming up next week. And I wanted to know the purpose spiritually for this trip for me. If there's anything my guides can tell me about that trip, or also if they can tell me anything about the opportunity to to be a United Nations Fellow, to supervise graduate students for a trauma organization.
Okay, so for Natalia, what can you tell her about this trip to Africa? Is that a highly optimal choice for her? Yeah, it feels really warm, really good. And I feel you being received very warmly with a lot of love and appreciation. And your heart is just expanding, Natalia, as you lean into this work. This is like, oh my gosh, it's beating like, if this could be life purpose, this is life purpose. This is what it feels like. It's just the ultimate. Does that make sense?
Yes, I can't sleep. Over the past week, I haven't hardly been able to sleep since I knew these things were coming up.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So what else can you tell Natalia about her mission with the United Nations and the fellowships? Yeah, baby, lean into it. When it feels this good, it's right. So just keep leaning into it. Really enjoy every last moment of it. It's a big responsibility, but you're ready for it. You've got so much to give. And they've got a lot to give you too. They don't want you to forget that, because as you work with these people from different countries, you're going to be exposed to new ideas, new thoughts, new ways of being that you can share with others. So it's expansion all over the place, Natalia. It's just beautiful.
Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else that my guides might want to tell me?
Anything else you want to share with Natalia today? Yeah, I see you like this balloon. You're just being pumped up, and it's beautiful, exuberant, just really enjoying with this big beam on your face, just feeling so wonderful, like the most wonderful you've ever felt in your life. So keep doing that, knowing that the more you lean into it, the better it's going to get.
Okay.
Yeah, you got green lights from here to forever. It's amazing.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Okay. Catherine L., you've got a question.
Hey, Deborah.
Hi.
Hi. I had to put my little dog to sleep in the last couple of weeks. I'm heartbroken. And I had her 13 and a half years, and she was my best buddy. So I suppose I'm asking, is there any message out there for me?
From your dog?
No, not, I don't think, no, from my guides.
Okay. Is there a message you'd like to share with Catherine today? They're sending you lots of love and blessings, or blowing kisses, because of the time, for being the mom to your little dog, for being such a good mom to her, the sacrifice that represents, because it's going to be a short journey. You never get to have them for as long as you might want to have them. So being willing to open yourself up to that is huge. And they want you to know that's not taken for granted on the other side. It's seen, it's appreciated. But they're also saying don't hesitate to go out and find a new dog or a new companion of some sort if you feel led to. There's no perfect period of time to wait. And in truth, your little dog wouldn't want that for you because she wants you to be happy. Right?
Okay.
It's taking care of you. It's doing what feels best to you. If you need the time, then you take the time, but don't wait too long. A lot of people wait too long because they feel like they're like betraying the previous pet if they replace them too soon. And you're not replacing them. You've got this big heart that can expand to include more than one. So just, open up that space under your arm for the next one to come in as soon as you feel ready, and maybe a little before you do. Because if you kind of push yourself a little bit, you'll probably be grateful that you did.
Okay, thank you. And just in relation to my work at doing my guides, have any messages? I've started in a new practice and I'm just wondering how it will go for me.
Okay. So for Catherine, this new job she started, any words of wisdom about it? I feel this buzzing, like bees buzzing. So it's work, there's effort, but it's very smooth. And it's like everybody's buzzing at the same frequency. So there's a lot of cooperation going on. So what is that about? Yeah, everybody's working together for a common purpose, which is a really cool thing. It's not like it's, pulling in opposite directions kind of things like you might have with some places. So harmony.
Good.
Yeah, like buzzing bees working together for a common good.
Okay. That's it. Anything else then for me? That it? Any other messages?
Anything else you want to share with Catherine? More lightness of being, which of course, you've had some grief to deal with, but don't get stuck there, Catherine. Let it go. Know that your little dog can come and visit you anytime. You can reach out your hand and believe that you're stroking her, and you will be. She will be there to bring you comfort. So don't deny yourself that comfort. Some people will say, well, I'm just making it up. It's not real. So what? It really is real. But so what? Even if it wasn't real, if it brings you comfort, allow yourself that gift. So know that she's nearby, helping you as you move forward. Excited for you as you start this new opportunity. New doors are opening for you. So your guides are saying, come to the day with anticipation, with excitement about what new thing is going to come into your life, because new doors are opening. So anticipate that, expect that, and flow with that.
Brilliant. Super. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Angela, delving into your early years brought up a resurgence of anxiety to be cleared. Do the angels have any specific guidance to support clearing? Okay, so for Angela, what can you share with her to release these old anxieties? More love for yourself, Angela. Know that that is an old story. It's not who you are anymore. And you actually, as this sovereign soul, have the ability to write a new story for yourself. So whenever your thoughts go to those old trauma stories, swipe that screen. Don't spend time thinking about it. Write a new story or switch to a happier story, whichever one works best for you. And you might need to experiment to figure out which one is better. Ideally, though, write a new story. That never happened to this version of Angela. That happened to another version who's no longer here. This version of Angela didn't have that trauma. Instead, she had uplifting experiences that helped her to have confidence in herself, that helped her to live a more joyous, uplifting life, where she had greater vision, about what was available to her. And she embraced that vision with both arms, creating this wondrous, beautiful life that she's living now. So let me know if that makes sense, because it's really about you writing the story of your life as you want it to be. You actually have that power. Whether you do that in your head or you do that on paper, you've got the ability to do that for yourself, to release all that negative trauma. Because whether it's this life, past lives, or both, we've all got trauma that we're carrying around that could stop us from living our fullest life as the soul in this lifetime. So we don't want to hold on to that. We want to release it, move out of it, which then opens the door for more opportunities of love, light, and joy to flow in. Does that make sense? Is Angela still here?
Hi, Deborah. Yes.
Hi.
Yes, it makes sense. Yeah, I'm actively clearing all the foundation so that I can do the work I'm here to do.
That's perfect.
And yeah, so this is about sifting through everything with a fine-tooth comb and clearing out what shouldn't be there. And yes, I know I can do the rewriting the story bit. I've done it in segments before to clear up other issues, but not in such a deep way for myself. So I know I can do that. And incidentally, your wording was perfect because I do write as well.
Great. And ask your angels to help you. You don't have to do it alone.
Yes. Yes.
And
thank
know
you.
also that you don't have to get every fine little chunk of it either, because when you start clearing the trauma in this way, it's like dominoes.
Yeah.
You hit that originating trauma, it can collapse the dominoes forward. And that can include past lives.
Yes.
So you can clear all of that in one fell swoop and be free of it very rapidly.
Yes. Yes. Right. I want to ask actually, is understanding this process, or at least understanding my own story first, am I going to go on and do this work with other people?
So for Angela, is it highly likely that she will have an opportunity to help others clear their trauma? Yeah, absolutely. If that's what your heart calls you to do, in whatever way that you feel led to do it. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it might be writing, it might be speaking, teaching, any of those things that you feel led. And especially since you're a writer, yeah, write about it, because people reading your story can be inspired to know that there's more for them.
Yes. Yes. And one last thing, is there something coming down the pipeline about working in trance?
For Angela, is there an opportunity in her near future to do trance work? Yeah, absolutely. If you want it, it's there for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yes, thank you so much, Deborah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, Doreen, when you got the email from me about today, my email address is attached. So just hit reply on that, and then I can get you the prayer.
Oh, thank you. Susan actually already provided it to me.
Okay, great. So you're
Thanks.
good to go.
Yep.
All right. So I'm still going down trying to find the people who haven't asked their first question, and then we'll go back. So Dave, do your guides have anything for you? Good to see you back again, Dave.
Good morning. Yeah, just checking to see if my guides have anything for me, any messages. I was trying to sell my house. I took it off the market because it wasn't selling. Yeah, just anything for me.
Yeah, so what can you share with Dave today? It's feeling like you're a little stuck right now energetically, Dave. Like there's some things that you have been dreaming and planning, but they got stuck, they got mixed up with some other things. And now would be a really good time to start. It's like I'm seeing you separating the strings that are interwoven that don't need to be. Get rid of the stuff that's not serving you. Pull out the stuff that's part of your dreams and aspirations. Start getting that into your schedule. work it in so that you can give it some time and attention, because that will expand your energy, which will help you with things like selling your house or, you know, some of the other things you've been wanting to move into.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
it's like there's this big stew pot of all these noodles that are, you know, intertwined, and you gotta get out the stuff that doesn't belong anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty messy. I do need to get out of that.
Yeah, and you've got the ability to do it. It's just taking the time and giving yourself permission.
I'll try.
You
Thank
will do, because you deserve, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you.
you're welcome. Rachel. Oh, you had to leave. I'm sorry. Okay. Now it's Nicole, you had another question.
Yes, ma'am. I have the sense that I need to clean up things that have to do with my former business partner. And I think I already know the answers, but my questions are, what is it I need to clean up? The physical stuff in my basement? Electronic? Do I need to call her and talk to her?
Okay, so for Nicole, what is this feeling, this attachment with the former business partner? Is there something that needs to have a cord clipped? It's partly energetic, it's partly the thoughts. It's about you making peace with the disconnection, allowing yourself to cut those cords. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to still have a connection with her, but where it concerns the business, because that's freeing your energy up to then totally commit to your new business. You don't want any remnants of that. And Nicole,
oh no,
the back heart chakra clearing, that'll cut those cords.
Mike already told me. I already know.
I mean, that came in loud and clear.
Yeah. Mike already told me.
So, all right, what about the stuff in the basement? Is it stuff in the basement that needs to be? Well, sure, if you're thinking about it, then yeah, take care of it.
Yep.
Is it electronic stuff? Yeah, I mean, all of that stuff, because it's on your mind. So don't torture yourself with it. Just let it go. Whether it's, you know, set it out on the curb and just have it taken away, or having her get it, whatever. But yeah, free yourself from that obligation, because that obligation karma is getting in the way of what you're creating.
That's what I'm sensing. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's holding you stuck.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, so rather than me scrolling back looking for question 2, do you want to just raise your hand so I know who else had another question? I think we could probably do that pretty quickly. Amanda, okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Amanda. What's your question? Now I don't see you. Where'd you go? Amanda, did you have a question?
Yeah, I tried to type it into the chat, but I guess I'll speak. I was wondering if there is a metaphysical reason for a health issue that I'm experiencing right now, if my guides have anything to say about that.
Okay, so for Amanda, this health issue she's experiencing, is there a metaphysical connection? No. So are you saying it's all a third dimensional? It's third dimensional. It needs to be handled on the third dimension. That doesn't mean you can't do your usual energy work, though. But it's one of those that you definitely want to do your due diligence on the third dimensional plane to clear it all up. I don't know.
Is there anything else they can tell me, or
anything else you can tell her? She's looking for some comfort, gang. What can you share? They're saying you've got the tools to clear this up. So it's confidence in yourself and your abilities, as well as follow through. I'm hearing follow through reverberating. So there's some follow through work that needs to be done that's kind of like hanging. And I'm seeing you like hanging up clothes in a closet, putting them all neatly away. Don't leave something hanging out that's going to trip you. Metaphorically, of course. Yeah, there's some unfinished business there that needs to be dealt with. And it's just representing itself as on a wire hanger too, not even a nice hanger. One of those wire dry cleaner hangers. Does that help?
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Sydney, go ahead.
Hi, thanks. I have an issue with my upper right thigh hip area. And I'm just wondering about, is it just a stretching issue? What do I need to know about it? Because it's bordering on being debilitating.
Okay. So for Sydney, her upper right thigh, this discomfort she's experiencing, what can you share with her about this? I'm hearing that song. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I don't know what that's about, Sydney, but it's like the pain is knocking. It's to get your attention. So, but what?
Is it just that I really haven't had a fitness routine? I haven't had a fitness routine, a meditation routine, a stretching routine. I haven't for a while. Pandemic.
Yeah. So are you
jobs? I've just moved.
Yeah, they're really trying to get your attention. That's why it's so persistent. So are you saying that if Sydney gets back into a meditation and a better care for her body, that you'll stop the pain in her upper thigh? It's more than that. It's opening something up for you, Sydney. It's being so persistent to get your attention. So I think if you want to get rid of it, you're going to have to stop and do some meditation. And it's like, okay, I'm here. Tell me, please, so we can get this figured out. Because they're really seriously trying to get a message through to you. And now I'm hearing that song, the Bee Gees, I just got to get a message to you.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Simple as that. Okay.
Yeah.
Stop. Sit still.
Yeah.
Okay. That's super helpful.
Sometimes they will do that physical stuff because we're not listening any other way.
Yes, I got it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And on the other hand, Sydney, you can be grateful that they are so persistent. They're not going to give up on you.
It's severe. I'm going to use that word. Like it goes through, it's getting where I'm moving around and then it stops me in my tracks, literally. And then it abates after whatever, 30 seconds or a minute, but it's significant. So I'm excited. It's great that there's a significant message or change, or because I really feel like I'm a train that pulled into the train station. I am not willing to just jump on something and go in a direction. It's not right now. It's not correct. And so maybe it is just that. It's just getting organized. You had language with the previous person about hanging all your clothes up and stuff like that. I mean, there's numerous boxes and I have to unpack my life where I am. I've been here a month and a half, and to get grounded to do my artwork or my whatever, or my stillness. So thank you.
Yeah, one step at a time, you'll get there.
Okay, super helpful. Thanks so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Dave, what's your question?
Yeah, so I do this Wim Hof deep breathing exercise. When I'm doing that, there's sort of like this weird period with head rushes and that kind of stuff. But I always feel like there's a certain point where I feel like there's like some people on the side that are watching. And I get it almost every time I do that deep breathing thing. And I'm just curious who those people are, or what they're doing, or if
Okay, or if you're crazy.
or if I'm nuts. Yeah, well, I'm already nuts, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so for Dave, when he's doing his Wim Hof breathing, who are these beings that he's seeing?
It seems like I know the people, but I don't know them.
They're extraterrestrial. I'm seeing them represented as these like glowing with big eyes, kind of white, big glowing eyes. And so they're extraterrestrial. So that would be from his star family, maybe? Yeah, it's some extraterrestrials that are connecting to you because you've opened a pipeline to them with the work that you're doing. You weren't able to see them before, and isn't that an invitation to do more of your shamanic work?
Yeah.
If you've got beings that are just there on the cusp, waiting to have this breakthrough to converse with you, that's an opportunity.
Yeah. All right. I was gonna do it again today and try a couple little different things. So maybe I'll get something different.
Yeah,
But
maybe when you see them, you can just wait in that energy space and
it's
ask
so
them.
brief though. It happens so quickly. It's like I see them gathered on the side watching, and sometimes they seem like they're talking to each other, and then, but it's just literally like a couple seconds. I see them there, and then it's gone.
Well, that's because your ego mind pops in and tells you you're crazy. So just ignore that. You know what they look like, so see it in your head. Keep visualizing them because that's an invitation for them to stay and have more conversation. It's like, years ago I saw fairies at a ceremony that I went to, but I only saw them out of the corner of my eye for the briefest second. And it was that same kind of thing. Oh, you're nuts. They're not really there. But then over time, I realized they really were there. That's all they needed to do was show themselves in that brief second to make themselves known. Yours have made themselves known to you over and over and over. They're really inviting you to have more dialogue. So don't insist on actually seeing them to have the dialogue. You could go into meditation, invite them forward in, whatever way you see them. Say, tell me about yourselves. What are you doing here? What do you want?
I'll try that during my next meditation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just be
I'll let you know
playful.
what happens.
They have playful energy, so be playful with them.
Okay. Thank you. I'll let you know what happens.
Yeah, please do. That's really cool. Okay. Any other hands, you guys? Any other questions? I don't see anything at the bottom. Did I miss anybody else? Anybody who hasn't asked a question who wanted to?
It's Sydney.
Yeah, go ahead.
I saw a post about Lionsgate, and I was told by someone that, or maybe it was you, connected to Sirius. I'm just wondering if it would be advantageous for me to really start to connect more in that way, as you were talking to the previous gentleman, to reach out to history or ancestral or otherworldly support.
If you feel led to, absolutely. It's if you're interested in star connections, sure, pursue it. I mean, astrology is just as real as all of these other metaphysical things we're doing. It's just a different way to connect and understand. So if it's something that intrigues you, why limit yourself, right? Expand into it. I know a lot of people talked about all the powerful energies at Lionsgate, and yeah, I felt them too, but I don't really know what it all means other than it's just this big, powerful energy burst. We are right now, I believe, going into another full moon, I think it is, or is it a new moon, something with the moon? So there's more new energies swirling. So it's a prime time to do that if you want to connect with that. But let your curiosity lead you, Sydney. That might be part of what's missing for you in this new work that you're bringing together. So don't close any doors. Whatever intrigues you, explore it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because with your collage work, that could include so many different things. And maybe that's the breakthrough that you were needing, that there's missing aspects, missing energies.
The collage is channeled for me, so it's more a conversation that shows up visually with the cut paper and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that is definitely supportive and informative. So it could be to just connect more with that. As a matter of fact, I was walking near my new house my new location, and I was on a path with a friend, which was litter free. It was this beautiful path, woods on both sides and everything. And we come on one piece of litter, and I pick it up and I say to her, "Here's a sign for you." And it was a glue stick, and that's what I use in my collage.
Wow.
Yeah. So, okay, I just need to do it. Thank you.
Yeah, the invitations are there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
that's beautiful. You're welcome. Okay, Laura, did you have a question? I don't want to miss anybody. Okay, I'm not seeing any more in the chat. All right, you guys. Well, then, if there are no other questions, then let's just kind of bring this thing down and close up our energy circle today. So thank you all for being here. Take a couple of deep breaths and just allow the experience to wash over you of what your team has brought to you today, and the experience that you've had listening to other people's answers and how they might show up in your life as well, because we know there's no separation. We're all in this big oneness gathering. It's overlapping. What's right for one can be right for many. And we share in this experience. We expand it together. And we ask and expect that it will continue expanding until we come together again. We all have a very special mission being here right now in this time on Earth. And that is building to an exciting crescendo. Metatron has said it's going to be challenging, but the love, the light, the hope is there. The support is there. We will never be alone. Our angels have got us backwards, forwards, sideways, upside down, and every which way. So we are loved, we are protected, we are safe. Doesn't mean we won't have challenges, but we have trained for this. We prepared for this. We're ready. We can get through this. So just know that you've got the wherewithal within you to not only care for you at the deepest level, but to allow that love, that light to expand from you, to bless all the others in the circle, and then expand outside, blessing others. And that blessing will just continue flowing across the earth as long as we intend it to. And we've got big intentions. So send your love and your light out to all. Let's see the war ending. Let's see poverty, hunger, corruption, greed, all of it ending as we usher in the new prophecy of Earthtopia and all that that will mean for us. It will be glorious, and we are moving towards that day. Thank you all for being here with much love and light. Till next time, bye.